They put us on a ship to train in Egypt. It stopped along the way in Adelaide. I used my shore leave in the gallery to see my favorite Waterhouse displayed. It was his portrait of the jealouser sea. She was standing angry in a cove, pouring from her bowl an evil poison into the greenish waters down below. As we sailed onwards later to our fate, and I gazed at the serene Aegean Sea, 'twas too early for me to appreciate that painting was a dismal prophecy. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I? First we saw the beauty of the Dardanelles, and then the deep bombardments could be heard. We'd been told that we'd be heading into hell, and to a man each one was undeterred. On that April morning of the 25th, we had our heavy kit strapped to our backs. As one we rode toward the deadly forge, and there we'd be transformed into Anzacs. That first dusk we spent upon the battlefield, we got our first taste of the waiting Turks. Each water spurt or burst of flame revealed another dose of death or something worse. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I? And then the sun sank and soon the darkness fell on 20,000 men digging for their lives. How many men were dead I could not tell, as the wounded screamed and groaned throughout the night. Light rain started as we slipped into ravines. Shallow dugouts were the best that we could do. No sleep tonight meant no horrific dreams. There was no rest as bombs and bullets flew. Then daybreak at Pope's Hill was a poignant scene. Birds were out and chirping in the morning air. A bee was busy buzzing from leaf to leaf. I'd do anything to be that unaware. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I? Every minute there's another chap who's dead. Snipers rarely miss when they're yards away. I have never ever been this close to death, and we are only on our second day. Now we dearly need to get more ammo soon, if they want us to commence our next advance. And then we're flattened by an awful boom. One of our own ships missed us by pure chance. Will this frightful noise of shooting ever cease, as more dead faces stare into the sky? At the moment I'd trade anything for peace. At the moment I'd be quite relieved to die. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my my duty, haven't I? It's 10 days and I'm so weary I must rest. Every few yards as I walk and make my way, scrambling low down as I move from trench to trench. Not even morphine takes this hell away. To make your way along these narrow walls, you pass unrecognizable remains of the fallen in the war to end all wars, of comrades you will never see again. I see a new group of ready, eager men head up the hill so they can reinforce, and then I see them carried down again, covered in blood and lost in deep remorse. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I? Before you add your Anzac sleeve and claim honor in their name, spend some time in silent grief for those young lives that were slain. They didn't seek the battle din, they didn't seek hero or fame, but you can pay your true respect by standing silent in the early Anzac rain. Before dawn we each must rise and stand to arms, cold and dreary in the early morning mist. Roll is cold, we wait for answers and stay calm. The silence marks the ones who fate has kissed. No more can I keep this diary so concise. I hope they soon our story's time forgot. The Turks now bomb at sundown and sunrise. There's blood now on each damn square inch I've trod, as I wait to leave this foul and brutal shore, board the ship that waits upon this sparkling sea. A flash of yellow that got incessant roar, a new heap of mangled flesh bleeds out near me. The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I? The noise of the guns is simply frightful. We can't tell who is marked for death. It's a great game of grim survival as you stand with who is left. Shello, shello comes the call under deadly shrapnel sky, as the screaming wounded gasp their last. I've done my duty, haven't I?